Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Zach Young, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we're joined by Swati Mukherjee, a leadership and mindset coach who helps professionals and entrepreneurs navigate career growth, confidence challenges, and personal transformation with clarity and purpose. Through her coaching, Swati supports clients in overcoming self-doubt, strengthening decision-making, and aligning their inner growth with external success. She's passionate about helping people step into authentic leadership, build resilience, and create meaningful progress in both their professional and personal lives. Swati, a very warm welcome to Founders Future.
Thank you so much, Zach.
Absolutely.
I'm thrilled to be here.
It's going to be a lovely episode. We have a lot to dive into. Before we do, I do like to start with your background, though. So before coaching, before entrepreneurship, can you walk us through what were you doing previously and what was really your inspiration for getting into this space?
That's a bit of a long story, though, but I'll start from the beginning. I did my graduation in psychology. I always felt very passionate about people, but eventually I moved into HR. So I worked as a HR for 12 years and I loved my job, but that was not my calling. Somewhere in 2016, I started questioning whether this is the kind of role that I want to continue for the rest of my life. And it was around the time I was working with a startup, and I've worked with multiple startups at that point, and things weren't going that well. And I realized that I need to get back into something related to psychology, something related to people, which HR wasn't. HR was more towards, Excel sheets and PowerPoint presentation, which is great, by the way. I still use Excel sheets and PowerPoint presentations, but that is not the kind of life I wanted for the rest of my life. So in 2017, I started researching what else is there, and I came across life coaching, and life coaching was not that big at that point. In 2017, it was still very new, and I started working towards it. I did my certification, my licensing exam, everything in 2018, started practicing, but I could not let go of my HR career. Till 2022, in fact, I continued to work as a HR. It was only in 2022 that I transitioned completely from HR into coaching and training as well, because I have an extensive experience with organizations, corporate culture, leadership that helped me to transition from HR to a coach. I prefer to call myself a relationship coach because everything comes down to relationship, not just romantic relationships, but relationships within the organization as well, right? Even within the organization, it's all about the relationship of the leadership with employees and management. So that is my core area.
Okay, so in 2022, what was the final straw for you to leave HR and go all in on life coaching? Was it a certain moment you had, or what was that like?
It was a gradual transformation. So from 2018, I was practicing, I was learning, and I always believe in constant learning. I was continuously doing some other certification. In 2022, I decided that, okay, now it is time to move towards coaching. So I stopped my full-time job, but I continued working as a HR consultant. It was still a gradual movement. But in 2023, I lost my mother. And that was probably the wake-up call I needed. Because for 6 months, it was very difficult for me to even get out of bed. It was a struggle every morning. And at the end of it, I felt that is not the kind of life I want to lead. And that is not the kind of life my mother wanted for me. So I decided to leave everything else aside and get completely into coaching.
My condolences about your mother, but you're making her proud. That is for sure.
Thank you.
Diving into the present day today, I'm sure the business has gone through a couple changes over the years, but walk us through the present day today. What does working with yourself look like? Who are you typically working with? Everything like that.
Today, when I started my coaching journey, I thought I was accustomed to work 12 hours, 14 hours a day. All right. I worked with various multiple organizations, big and small. And so 14 hours was a piece of cake. But, and in the beginning, I thought I can easily take 4 or 5 calls in a day. That's what I thought. When I started taking those calls, I realized that more than one call a day is a challenge. Not because I don't have the time, but because of the emotional commitment as well with it. It's heavy. Coaching is not about giving advice or it's not about therapy. Coaching is about making a plan, right? And it is about, there is a complete process which takes time. It's not an instant solution. A lot of people come to me saying that give me a solution to this problem, but this I cannot give somebody their solution. They have to find it, isn't it? So it takes time. It takes a lot of in-depth, not inquiry is not the right word, but in-depth study about it. So more than one call a day with an active client becomes a challenge. So along with just the coaching part, there is marketing, there is sales, there is creating your website to your membership site to all the nitty gritties that we don't even think about when we are working for a big organization. When you start your entrepreneurial journey, you realize there is so much to it that we never realized before. And it has been a learning journey. It's been an amazing learning journey for me because I do not have sales background. Sales was a big challenge for me in the beginning. But yes, now I see that I have clients. I have very good word of mouth publicity, in fact. And I am also working with Coach Foundation, who has created my website, my funnels, my marketing strategies, and everything. So it is not just me doing it all on my own. That is how I started though. But now after taking a bit of help, I feel that it is inevitable. You cannot be an expert on everything, right? My core expertise is coaching. I cannot be a sales expert as well, in short.
That's part of the entrepreneur's journey, right? At the beginning, you want to do everything yourself. I have to do everything myself. But a big part is coming to the realization you can't. And not only you can't, but you shouldn't. Because there are better people out there who can come in and help you, allowing you to focus on what you're really good at in this situation, coaching, right? So I really like that you came to that awareness, but also you're happy that you came to it, right? It's not like you're upset about it.
So
You're like,
I'm still finding it in a balance because I'm still not ready to give everything up to somebody else. I still have that, I would say, a control issue there because I'm still trying to do a lot on my own. I'm trying to learn a lot because unless I know what I want, I cannot ask someone else to do it for me. For example, when my first funnel was created, I couldn't tell them exactly what I want. They gave me a generic funnel, and that is not something I really liked. I was like, no, this is not what I want. And we had to redo the work. I don't know how many times, but it took time. And the most important part is I need to know what I want out of this whole situation. So that learning, yes, it's still a process. It's an ongoing process, I would say.
it's an ever-going process, that's for sure. So you mentioned funnels, you mentioned marketing a little bit, looking to the back end of the business, and you mentioned referrals as well. When it comes to the marketing side, how are you bringing new clients in?
That is a challenge. That has always been a challenge because I do run some ads, but mostly it is through word of mouth right now. I do have funnels in place. I have a couple of products, online products. One of them is a 31-day challenge for that's specifically for couples. And the other one is a one-on-one coaching with me. Oh, I do attend a lot of events here in UK, which are Indians in UK. So those kind of communities. So I do work with a lot of people in my community here in UK. And that helps me bring in a lot of clients. Also, I have, like I said, work with the Coach Foundation, and they help me create the funnel and the marketing strategies and my sales techniques, all of that. So it's
Yeah.
not completely one man show, one woman show, but yes, it is more on my plate than I'm still not able to give it all away.
Got it. Okay. You mentioned you're running some ads. A lot
Yeah.
of coaches, a lot of business owners, some
Mhm.
of them are scared to jump into ads, right? That they're scared of lighting some money on fire. So I'd love to ask, how is your process or how has that situation been with paid advertising so far?
It's more of an experiment so far. I have been experimenting with now Facebook and even Meta, the whole Meta, they try to help you, right? They do their best to bring in more clients. So they give you all these strategies and they tell you, okay, you can do a video and you can do a picture and this will work better and that will work better. So it's all in the process at the moment. I'm still learning. I'm
Yeah.
still trying to find the best way ahead. But yes, they are running. I am getting a few clients from there. I'm not saying that I'm getting a lot of clients or anything, but at the end of the day, what I'm happy about is I'm learning something out of it, and
Yeah.
I'm also learning how to proceed with this.
Yeah.
Because if it was a dead end, how long can I continue to do that?
Absolutely. I'm going to hit pause here, Swati. The sun is coming through. I need to close my blinds. I apologize.
No worries.
When we first started, the sun was good. It was behind the clouds. And then, of course, right as we start, it just comes on right out. So I apologize about that. This is why this is not live.
No worries.
Perfect. Okay, we'll just continue the conversation right where it was. Okay. Perfect. So, Swati, you mentioned you're working with, what was the name of that company? It was Coaches Transformation?
Coach Foundation.
Coach Foundation. Okay. You mentioned they're helping out with funnels, marketing. Are they guiding you along the paid ads route or are you learning just by
No,
yourself?
no,
Okay.
not the paid out.
Gotcha. But like you said, Facebook does try to help you
Yes,
learn
they do.
because,
Oh my God, when I started it, I was bombarded with videos and training material. And of course, there is a lot to learn, no doubt about it. And unless you jump into it, you are never going to find your way around. So initially, I thought I will learn everything there is to learn about it, and then I will start running the ads. And it didn't really work that way because when I tried to learn everything without jumping in, I realized that I don't understand half the things, right? Then I started running those ads. I realized what are the challenges I'm facing? What are the problems that I am with the crowd? What kind of crowd I'm targeting? So all of that, of course, I had
mm,
decided on before I jumped on the ad wagon.
yeah,
But yes, it's a learning process. There is a lot
absolutely.
to learn, no doubt.
Definitely. The good thing about it is you can start with a very small amount of money. You could do $30 a day. Are you going to get 10 leads from it? No. But if you get one or two and you just see, is this working? Then you can expand. And I've just had a lot of coaches on the show and referrals and organic leads. They're great. Don't get
Mhm.
me wrong. They come to you, they know who you are, they're warm. But the thing is, they're inconsistent. You don't know when that next lead's going to come through the door. And
That's exactly the problem that I'm facing. So
when it
I do get leads here and there, but unless my ad starts working properly, I will
yeah.
not have consistent flow. And also, I need to have a process in place, which is my online program that I'm working on right now. Just online is not enough with the group coaching, but I feel that one on one presence is a game changer, right? And sometimes we do feel, especially the post COVID era, we feel that everything can be done online. Honestly, somewhere we still lack that personal touch, but yes, I am primarily an online coach, though I prefer going to my customers, to the corporates and the companies, and giving sessions right there. Or even when I'm coaching my couples client, I prefer to meet them, but not always,
Yeah.
because with the couples, it's more of an online program for me because I have clients mostly in different locations, not necessarily in
Mhm.
UK. Sometimes I'm taking calls at 3 o'clock in the night.
Oh
Crazy.
no. Hey, that is a dedicated coach right there. All right.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So it sounds like you're working globally with your
Mhm.
clients. It's not just in the UK.
No,
Got it.
I have clients in India, US, Australia, and of course, UK.
Oh, that's a lot of time zones. That's a lot of
Other
time zones.
things.
I have to guess your 3 a.m. call is Australia. Is that right?
Actually, it was with US.
Oh no. I
And
apologize about
that was
that.
mainly because they had some challenges. So they decided that, okay, we need to do it right now. Can you do it right now? And I'm like, okay, fine. It's 3 a.m. for me, but all right, let's get into it.
Oh man. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. 2026 is almost upon us. Very
Mhm.
scarily. Where have the years gone past COVID? But I'm curious, are there any goals you've set for yourself in the business, let's say for next year you're looking to achieve?
Absolutely. I'm a coach. Without goals, what would I even do? I have a consistent revenue goal, obviously. So right now the revenue is not consistent, as I mentioned, as well as another goal that I have is right now I'm, constricted to a minimum of 5 to 10 live clients at the moment. I'm not talking about the corporate clients. I'm talking about couples specifically. I want to move from that limited one-on-one interaction to
Mhm.
a more, I would say, an online platform, an online course kind of thing, where
Yeah.
they can log in, they can do their own journey. Because at the end of the day, everyone needs to take responsibility and accountability of their own journey.
Hmm.
Somebody cannot handhold for them, whether they are coaches, they're therapists. Nobody can change your life. You have to take that accountability for yourself. So I am going to give them the tools and then help them through it whenever they get stuck. So that is my 2026 goal.
Yeah. More of an evergreen model. Definitely more scalable, like you mentioned.
Definitely.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Absolutely. And like you said, in the long run, it'll be better for them as well
Hmm.
because they'll learn the tools, they'll start to embody the tools, and then they won't need a coach anymore. And is that not the
Absolutely.
point of coaching?
Absolutely. That is the reason why, when you mentioned how did I become a coach? I started my coaching journey because I was struggling. I was struggling in my career, I was struggling in my personal life, and when I started my coaching journey, I realized that there is a lot that I need to learn about myself, my origin story, my past, and what are the things that I am blocking? What are my limiting beliefs? And when I started working on myself, my career grew enormously. I did very well in HR as well, basically.
Good.
And my relationship, I just celebrated my ninth wedding anniversary. So I don't think we would be celebrating the ninth wedding anniversary without this coaching journey. And I'm not saying this because I'm a coach. I'm saying this because I strongly believe in the process and I strongly believe that is something that changed my life. And it's not because of one particular coach, it's because I learned the tools, I learned what coaching is, and I implemented that in my life before I implemented it with any of my clients or talked to anybody else.
Yeah.
And that is the process I hope to bring into other people's lives.
I love that. You're doing it for the right reasons. Your heart is in the right place. That is for sure. That is for sure. Swati, pleasure having you on today. Where can the listeners find you? Where can they connect with you online?
I have Facebook, Instagram, I have my website. So, can I share my website with you, or how does this work?
Please, yes. You got an email probably on Friday that had a form for all of your social media links, your website as well, and then we will include those in the show notes and
Okay,
description
that's great.
below. Absolutely.
I will do that.
Perfect. Swati, such a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much, Zach. Thank you so much for having me. And we are already almost there.
We
That's
will
great.
make it. Absolutely. Thank you. And that will wrap up another inspiring episode of the Founders Feature. To our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to go and connect with Swati on all of her social media and website. All of those links will be in the show notes and description down below. And if you are a business owner, specifically a coach, consultant, or agency owner, and you're looking to scale your business, and you really want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to hop on a call with our team and discover how we went from 0 to 30 million per year in less than 3 years. Until then, keep on climbing.